Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jurassic Tom, or you can call me Tommy, whatever you like. And this is actually my fourth time recording this because there seems to be a problem every single time. I thought third time was the charm. Obviously not. So here we are again. And I will try to make this as enjoyable as the first three times. So this is the Jurassic Park Grand Canyon. Welcome everyone. This is my first sandbox build. I played the first Jurassic World Evolution game, and I'm enjoying the second one immensely. It's been a great ride. I have now I think seven. Is it seven already? Seven builds ready to show you. I just have to stop being lazy and do these tours and do some establishing shots and everything. So bear with me. I will do it if you like. I mean, of course, nobody is forcing you to watch my videos. Uh, but I would love you to leave a like, leave a comment if you like the tour. Of course, if you hate the tour, just like you can leave right after. Anyway, this build unfortunately is not finished in its entirety. It's like 90% finished. Uh, there was supposed to be one, two, maybe three more enclosures, but the file broke. The save file broke. Every single time that I went to save it again, it crashed. The game crashes. I suspect that it's because I have put a huge amount of rocks in here, huge amount of decoration items, and the game just can't take it anymore. But I think it's the rocks because recently I have made another build where I relied on rocks heavily, as you can see right over here. This is an enclosure that uses rocks as natural barriers, and I did a similar park similar to this on the Germany map, and it crashed again. So yeah, I suspect that it's the rocks. So beware of the rocks. They can destroy your game. So I will unpause the game now, and I will give you a quick tour. Well, it might not be quick because the park is huge. So I will try to be as quick as possible, but I cannot promise anything. So here we go. Welcome to Jurassic Park Grand Canyon. This is the main street. As you can see, many lamps. I was happy that I finally had lamps. That we had some decoration items. There's the gate, as you could see in the front as well. A nice little trick from Evolution Square. I will mention Evolution Square quite a lot because she is the reason that I can make this. She literally taught me how to do circles in her videos. So go check her videos. They are really great. She makes cool parks, like way cooler than I do, than I will ever do. So this is the hotel section. I went haywire with the lights. Again, I was so happy that we had them. I usually place all the hotels in like one place so that it's like nice little guest area. Here's the view from the other side. And what I love about this map is that it can be right on the edge, like right over here, and it looks magnificent. But I don't want to show you too much beforehand, so let me go back to Let me go back to over here to this section. The guests don't come here because they don't think that there's anything to see because we have no viewing galleries over here. Again, one thing that should be in the game, that's path visibility. But we have our Dryosaurus and our Homalocephale here. Uh, since it's deserty park, I was going for red and yellow tones, earthy tones. I was using the rocks as natural barriers and lots of decoration items. I think that when it comes to these, like easy herbivores, it's quite believable that they wouldn't just like run out, from your park. So you can use rocks as natural barriers, and you don't have to do three layers like I did here. I learned my lesson. One rock next to each other is quite enough, and the guests don't freak out. Many of you were asking when I posted pictures on Facebook. No, the guests don't freak out. They're seriously like taking it easy. Okay, here in this next section, we can either go to this enclosure. We will go there in a quite in a moment. But first, I wanted to show you the Ichthyes, the Ichthyosaurus lagoon. They are swimming in place. Yeah, this build is really buggy now. It's not working properly as it should. So nothing that exciting. I mean, the lagoons are a great addition to the game, but yeah, we cannot customize them, so it's a little wonky over there. Here we have one of my surprisingly new favorite dinosaurs. That's the Maiasaura. I used to hate the Maiasaura. It was like the last dinosaur in my ranking because it was just black with all the skins in Jurassic World Evolution 1. But now that we can do it, we can make it red like this. It's actually quite a nice dinosaur. It's not in my top 10, of course, but Nasuto, one of my favorites, and the Nodosaurus, all green. This was before the update, so you can randomize the colors, but I would choose to do the red colors anyway. Red, yellow, and green. Those were usually what I would go for in this build. So this is the look from above. The guests can see it, like from the pavement as well. This little section over here took ages to do. I highly advise against it. But since we don't have path visibility, the guests cannot see it. Okay, let's move to the to this enclosure. This is the Tapejara enclosure. The the aviary. Hello, gorgeous. Tapejara is one of my favorite flying reptiles. I mean, they are all kind of my favorites, except the Cearadactylus, I guess. That one's kind of like, there's lights and decoration items here because it was before the update, before they could sit on rocks. So I put it there so they can sit on something. Okay, if you don't take a monorail, if you feel like walking, you can walk towards this next section of the park, which is circular. The buildings I usually put in red buildings over here. I don't know why these aren't edited. It's the concrete ones, but I cannot edit them now because the game crashes. So these are the African exhibits, African dinosaurs. You can see the eye of the Horus. So we have the African dinosaurs here. We have the Oranosaurus, the Nigersaurus, and the Kentrosaurus. Oranosaurus is not one of my favorites. I will explain the Kentrosaurus and the Nigersaurus. I also do not care about the Nigersaurus that much, but yeah. The Oranosaurus looks kind of like a rubber duck. It's better than the first game, but yeah. When I heard that the Oranosaurus was added to the game in the first game, I was so excited, and then I saw it and I was like, nope. No. And in this next enclosure, we have one of my favorite dinosaurs of the game. It's the Baryonyx. And I love that you can make the enclosure like this, right on the edge. And in real life, you would have to believe that your dinosaurs just don't jump and then don't jump out. Oops, wrong button. I'm sorry, I'm not a... I love this. I love this social interaction. I'm not a gamer, so I'm not used to using all these buttons. So, yeah, sorry if I'm clumsy with this at times, but yeah, what can you do? So, nice little deserty kind of Nile kind of situation. On the other side, we have this little guest section where you can take the Jurassic tour and you can go into another aviary where we have the Cearadactylus, hi buddy, and there should be the Pteranodon as well. Yeah, here you are. I could have used better colors, but I didn't know the colors back then that much. I was just excited to be using all these aviaries and to be customizing these aviaries. It was very new and very... I don't know, I was like a little child when I got to this game. When it comes to dinosaurs, I'm a little child. Okay, when we go out of the aviary, you can take the monorail and go around this exhibit when we have the Muttaburrasaurus right here. One of my favorites from the first game. In this game, it's still my favorite, but it moved down a spot or two. Yeah, the pterosaurs are just casually flying out of the aviaries, just like that. No reason, no explanation. And again, we have an enclosure on the edge of the cliff, on the edge of the mountain, and it looks magnificent. I love doing this. So the fence is over here, and over here you get the exposure, you get the visibility from the monorail. Plus, you have the viewing tower over here when you get to this next guest section. Okay, so we hop down from the monorail, we go to the next guest section, and I'll show you the guest section first. I always like to do a circle in the middle. If it's too big, I fill it with some shrubbery, with some shrubs, with some palms, with some trees, and then I put in some decoration items over here. Uh, I'm gonna show you this enclosure first because this is just a small one. It's a Coelophysis, and they're all green. Yeah, back before the first update, when they would still be killing each other, they some of them died, unfortunately, but they shouldn't be dying anymore. I have the starving off, and well, they sometimes dehydrate when they get stuck in a place, but what can you do? Again, I'm using the natural barriers. I like using the natural barriers and the edges of the map so that we have uh, as like so that the use of the fence is as minimal as it can get. Okay, in this next lagoon we have one of my favorite lagoon creatures. It's the Attenboroughsaurus. It's just simply beautiful. Oop, whatever. What happened, buddy? Okay, let's find another one. And also the Plesiosaurus. I mean, I love all the creatures of these waters. Ooh, hello. This one was nice. And the Attenboroughsaurus here. I love these guys. Again, reddish colors before the color randomization was possible. So, okay, to the next side, I was thinking, what do I do with this little piece of land that I have behind the lagoon? So I put in the gyrosphere, and I put in another enclosure with the Dilophosaurus. Plus, you get the view again. Uh, You might say if this was a realistic park, the dinosaurs could knock the gyrospheres over the cliff and you would be pretty much dead. But let's ignore the fact for a while. Let's enjoy the view. But I'm going to show you the enclosure. During the day, it's all sunlit. Now I have the day-night cycle on so that some of the enclosures that I usually in the shade get some sunlight as well. Okay, the monorail. What are you? Okay, we have the floating. We have the floating Attenboroughsaurus here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Uh, nice. This build is so buggy. So buggy. We have our, well, not our, but my favorite dinosaur in the game, the Allosaurus. I mean, need I say more? This is such a beautiful creature, and especially this red one. I have three of them here. I made their enclosure a little, maybe a little too barren. Now I realize, but I think that all the large carnivores do require some space, or should require some space. So I made it a little, like just the shrubs. But look at the Allosaurus. Look at it. Look at it. It's so gracious. It's... I'm gonna use this as an establishing shot or something. Yeah, it's a predator. It's just... I usually don't use any pattern on the Allosaurus because I hate it. It's a matter of preference. I think that the pattern on the Allosaurus, it just doesn't blend well, and I'm gonna pause this while I'm talking. It doesn't blend well, and it takes you out of the... It's not realistic. I think it's just too much. The contour lines are too visible, and I hate it. It makes it look ridiculous. Yeah, very much, very ridiculous. It's yeah, you might love it. It's an unpopular opinion, but when it comes to large carnivores, I hate the patterns. The only one that I accept are the T-Rex and I think the Acrocanthosaurus, which I used to hate in the first game, and now I'm becoming really fond of. It's not in this build, but it will be in my second that I'm going to show you. Okay, let's quickly show you the guest section. So another one, lots of planters, lots of tables, lots of seating, lots of shops. There we have another enclosure that we'll get to, but first let me show you the Dimorphodon Aviary, which is hi. Now I realize it's ridiculously small. One aviary is just not enough for, you know, like for these creatures. When you're building it, you need to have at least two next to each other, because this is just, you know, like what can you put in here? Like there's nothing that can be put in here. So. Okay, let's move on to the where are you? You're not here. To this desert. Oh yeah, there they are. The Raptors. They're usually over here by the what is it? The oasis. But oh, and now they're all sitting and sleeping. They're all having a nap at the same. That the fourth one is having a. Is there a raptor that's like out and about? No. Really? Come on, wake up. Okay, so I'm gonna show you like this. It's a red raptor. Raptor is red, redicus. What? No, just don't mind me. Ignore me. I'm waiting for it to do something, but it might not. This is when I was shooting the previous video, they were running around and screaming and doing social interactions, and now they're just lazy animals. Okay. But you have seen the raptors before. Now I want to show you the enclosure. So it's basically a deserty kind of feeling with two oases in the middle. Let me get to my favorite enclosure though. Oh, this needs to be in the sunlight. And we're back. There are some of the enclosures that just need the sunlight, and this one is that enclosure. This is the Suchomimus River Nile experience. And I just love this enclosure in its entirety. Again, it's an African dinosaur around the River Nile, so I said why not? It's a piscivore, so it should like the water. Again, when I was recording this last time, they were doing the social interactions. We were really lucky, but now they're just like walking around. Suchomimus, one of my other favorites. It's really magnificent. It's a great animal. And if the guests weren't dumb, they could just sit here and watch them like this. Like, you know, but they're not here. They're never here. Isn't this, you know, like I would love to sit here and just watch the dinosaurs walk by. But again, this is the enclosure. This might be the my favorite enclosure that I built here. I mean, when it comes to the desert environment, you really cannot be that creative. In other environments, you can do deserts, you can do anything. You can really. I'm gonna show you in my future builds that you can really do anything with what you're given. Of course, it's limited, but when it comes to this one, you don't have any forest brushes. You don't have basically anything. You just have like these that are just so sparse that, yeah, we really need those individual trees back. What I would suggest would be to add the brushes from all of the environments into all of the environments. Like we can use all the rocks from all of the environments. I'm gonna show you the next tour in the meantime, in the next enclosure. We can use all of the rocks from all of the environments, or we cannot use the brushes, which is ridiculous. Again, I'm using the word ridiculous again. I'm gonna put an account. Um, we should be able to use the trees from different environments in the desert environment. Why did I stop this? So this is the Brachiosaurus, Triceratops, and there should also be a Maiasaurus. Yeah, they are over there. Exhibit, a large exhibit. The tour goes through here, so that's why I could make it so large. I was playing with the elevation quite a lot in this build, in all of them basically. I was trying to do rocky environment full of plants, all kinds of shrubs. I hate how after playing some time in an environment, in one of those environments, all your enclosures start looking the same, and it gets boring. So I'm always looking for ways to make it different, to somehow help it. I'm gonna show you the Memenchis over here. I'm gonna switch the lights again, and maybe they are. I was hoping they would be out of shade, but they're not. But they're green. They're Memenchisaurus. I thought that the enclosure needed some long necks. First it was only the Trikes and the Stegos. I like to put Trikes and Stegos together. I'm sorry, game. You don't approve, but I do. Okay, next we have a. Ooh! Oh, what are you doing? This is some crazy Uaplo. So the Uaplocephalus, but this is just the first part of the exhibit. The tour goes through this aviary, but I'm gonna show the exhibit first because it curves around. We also have the Puckies over here. Hello, Puckies. Oops. And it goes all the way here. Oh. He's catching up to them. He's like, guys, wait up! I'm still here. We forgot Kevin. I'm gonna name him Kevin. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do anything in this build anymore because it's a nightmare. Where are all the Uaplos? There's not just that one. There should be at least like 4 or 5. There's one over there, but they're all over here. Yeah, put a fence over here. There's another enclosure behind it, and it curves back to where we started. So basically, the whole tour, if I show you from the ground up, it goes around this all around this bend in the map. Okay, but let me go back to the aviary. Another bug. You cannot get into the aviary sometimes. We have my personal favorite dinosaurs. I've been saying that quite a lot, but not the Merodactylus. We don't like the Merodactylus that much. He's boring. But the Tropognathus, especially this coloring. Oh, let's find another one. Let's find a better one. Where are they? Did they all escape? This blue color on the Tropognathus is just everything. Yeah. This one is sleeping, I guess. And there should be this is the view, the whole view, and there should be this beauty here. I'm gonna pause this again. The Geostrombergia. I love these colors on Geostrombergia. Some of the Geostrombergia's colors can be a little dull, but if you accidentally hit this one, it's jackpot. It really is the best of Geo's colors. Okay, so the cars go around here. It curves around this lake over here. Looking nice. But again, it's the same aviary, the same enclosure as we had last time, as we had with the Tapejara, with the other ones. So, nah. What can you do? The environment. Yeah, so I would love all the brushes in all of the environments because it's ridiculous that we cannot use all the sands, we cannot use all the rock textures just because this is a different environment. I mean, come on. If we can use all the rocks, you can make it somehow that we can use all the environments. Um, you're not supposed to be here. Uh, okay, here we have my favorite from the first game, the Huayangosaurus. People didn't care about the Huayangosaurus, but I do. I did. I still do, but they shrunk it down, and I kind of hate how they did it. And my new personal favorite, the very surprising favorite, the Styracosaurus. I mean the patterning and the colors. It's not in the sunlight, so you cannot see. Maybe we come back, but the colors are everything. Here, using the rocks again as natural barriers. Again, I overdid it. I put in 3 layers for realism, and just to be sure, so that the dinosaurs don't escape. I didn't know. Now I know better, and I know that you don't have to do this. It will break your files. So just do 1 layer, and it's okay. This is another enclosure that is built like that. Another one of my surprising favorites, and that's the Chasmosaurus. I mean, the crest, the patterning on the crest, the colors, it's everything. And the Chritonsaurus, another one that got shrunk, another one that I kind of hate how they shrunk it. And the enclosure goes all the way up here. And again, I was using the small tight spaces that we had there. So many notifications that I'm getting. Something is dying. And I don't care, because this build, it was a literal nightmare, but it looks good. It looks nice. No, here's the Styracosaurus. I love this dinosaur. Don't know why. It got shrunk, but some of those ceratopses that got shrunk are really cute, though. The only one that I don't really care about is Torosaurus. It's just like, okay, whatever. This took hours to build. No, not hours, but it took forever. But again, I didn't want to use fences. Another pterosaur. This is so fun. Where are all the dinosaurs? Yeah, the pterosaurs are here, not the dinosaurs. Okay, I'm gonna pause this because all my dinosaurs are gonna escape. Uh, no, they're there. Okay, it's okay. So I really shouldn't have put Hadrosaurs in here because, as you can see, they could just step over these. But this is a nice viewing area. If the paths had any visibility, the guests would be crowding here, but they don't. But I'm going for realism instead of the insane rules that the game has. So this is the Corythosaurus, and I think they're socializing. Are you? Are you guys? They're all yellow and nice. And where's the? He's in the rock. Like, why not? It's funny because sometimes the dinosaurs can walk through rocks, but the rocks stop them from going somewhere. They're like natural barriers. And this is the Tsintaosaurus, my other favorite from the first game. And I'm quite afraid that the Tsintaos came through the rocks again to this next enclosure. I was using the natural barriers again. Here they are. So again, I was going for river kind of feeling over here. Let me get back to where we came from. If you go to the other side, the monorail where you get off, you get to this enclosure. And as you can see, it is barren, so you can guess that there's large carnivores in here. I did this river in between two, oh, I cannot really say mountains. If I was bold enough to use the mods, I could make real mountains, but oh, I can hear them. I can hear them. Here they are. It's the Carcharodontosaurus Let me show you in the sunlight. They're nice and red. The pattern when they're like this, when they're red with little green, it blends quite well. But when I had a white one in my other build, it just looked ridiculous. I said the word again. I'm sorry. So very deserty kind of feeling in this area. I love doing these rivers. Okay, so in this little barren area that you can see here, there was supposed to be a Carnotaurus over here, like a Carnotaurus enclosure, maybe a Maiasaurus. I wasn't decided like 100% yet. This is the facility area that was supposed to be like closed off. There was supposed to be another uh, herbivore enclosure and another guest section over here, but the game broke. The game fell broke because I had put too much stuff in it. And I feel like Carnotaurus is the ultimate desert dinosaur. If you have seen the movie, the dinosaur, the Disney's dinosaur, you would know. So I was really bummed that I couldn't use Carno here. I was really looking forward to it, but what can you do? Let me get to my most favorite lagoon animal. That is not in the shade. It's usually in the shade. So this is the guest section. You have seen the guest sections so far. They, after a while, they start looking all the same in this environment. But let me get to my favorite marine reptile, which is a controversial opinion. But I haven't played the other game that you guys all referred to. I haven't played the. I'm gonna show you from the other angle so that they're in sunlight. I haven't played the JPOG or whatever that was. I'm sorry. Uh, where the Lioplurodon was without the crocodilian features. But I do love my Lioplurodon with the crocodilian features. I love the spikes. I love they're swimming in place. Great. I don't really mind the plates and the spikes and everything. So this is the overview of the park. We have basically finished from one side, and I'm gonna show you from the other side as well. Thank you for watching. I hope that you got some ideas, some inspiration, maybe for your other parts, or that you just enjoyed the build as it is. I'm gonna go up. I really do hope that you liked it. If you liked it, please give it a like. Maybe comment what particular thing you like, what you dislike. Maybe if you have some other things to say. Uh, Maybe have some other recommendations for my future builds. I'm open to any ideas. I'll be excited to show you Jurassic Park Alps next. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking up to this part. My name is Tommy, and I'm really glad that you stopped by. And have a great day. Thanks.